Hi everyone, in today's video we will be talking about the new ScHoolboy Q album, CrasH Talk. This is the 5th studio album from Black Hippie member, Top Dawg Entertainment signee, ScHoolboy Q. He is back after 3 years of studio album silence. He's back. And it's been 3 years. Blank Face LP was a good album. Oxymoron was a better album, but hey, they were really great albums. And up until this point, ScHoolboy Q made really great albums. He did not seem to break on any album. He seemed to have a consistent flow with great production, nice accompanying sounds to his fast-paced flow. So on this album, I didn't have any expectation of him digressing in any way, shape, or form. I only saw him improving, but listening to teaser tracks like Chopsticks, they were in a way lackluster. This isn't the ScHoolboy Q that we knew. So going into this album, I was slightly scared. I was kind of nervous. And coming out of this album, I was extremely disappointed. Extremely disappointed with the quality of the production on most of these tracks. They are basic, pretty basic, and the flow on almost all the tracks are slower than usual. ScHoolboy Q did not come through on this album, and he sounds pretty off. Now, this album was postponed due to the death of Mac Miller, and then it was postponed for a week after the death of Nipsey Hussle, but he had 3 years to work on this. He had 3 years to hone in his craft and do the best he can, and it feels like a slap in the face to ScHoolboy Q fans, honestly. Now, I'm not a big ScHoolboy Q fan. I said his albums were great, but this one is just different. It's just different. This is not what we hear from ScHoolboy Q. I think the only song that has a really good flow and kind of resembles classic ScHoolboy Q is Num Num Juice, which happens to be the shortest song on this album. It's 1 minute and 47 seconds of pretty consistent flows with a nice production behind it. One song that comes to mind that I don't think should have been on this album at all was the song Lies featuring Ty Dolla $ign and YG, which you should just completely rename it Lies featuring ScHoolboy Q, because ScHoolboy Q has one verse on this song, and if that's not enough, his verse is the shortest on this song. YG's verse is even longer than his own verse. Why is this on here? This isn't a ScHoolboy Q song. This is a Ty Dolla $ign song, if anything, because he is across. He's on the chorus. He's on the introduction. He's almost everywhere on this song. It's a good song, but it's not ScHoolboy Q. It's not. And let's talk about Chopsticks for a minute, because Chopsticks is easily one of the worst singles of this year by far. Why ScHoolboy Q decided to put this out as a single for this album in the first place is bad enough. Travis Scott's chorus on this song is easily the worst chorus I've heard Travis Scott lay in ever. He just says chopsticks, and then some points he's like chop, chop, chop. Who thought of that chorus? Who thought of that chorus? It's not interesting. It's not catchy. It's just blatantly hilarious on how stupid it is. And ScHoolboy Q doesn't even have that good of a flow. His flow is slower than usual on this track. Dangerous featuring Kid Cudi sounds like a B-side off of what we heard from last year with Kanye's multiple albums that he worked on and released. Specifically, this sounds like something he would put on like Ye or something, and that might be a stretch, but this doesn't seem like a ScHoolboy Q song. However, I'll give him credit. It sounds nice. Kid Cudi did really good, but it just doesn't seem to fit into the whole kind of album, really. And that's another problem with this album. It's inconsistent with the sounds and the quality of each song. Some songs are really fast paced, some songs are more mellowed down. The song Drunk featuring Black is a vibe than anything else. It's a song that's very quaint and somber. Then you have Num Num Juice, which is fast paced. Then you have Dangerous, which is like something Kid Cudi touched, which he did. And then you have songs like Chopsticks, which is just like an attempt at making something that's catchy. And oh god, Chopsticks, it's a really bad song. Really bad. There's one thing I would like to give this album compliments on, is making Little Baby sound decent. The song Water featuring Little Baby actually makes him sound like a decent rapper. He sounds like he's original or something like that. However, the chorus on this track is just as bad as Chopsticks. It's literally repeating, I got the water, I got the water, water. What is this chorus? What's with the subpar writing on this thing? This just is very disappointing. A very disappointing album from someone that I really had high hopes in. Someone that was really good up until this point. Oxymoron, Blank Face LP, etc. He had no reason to digress in sound quality, yet he did. For what? This is his shortest album, and this is his most unmemorable. If he were to go back to his style of, making music, he would immediately get credibility. But this album just seems like, it just seems off. This is not the ScHoolboy Q that we know of. Is ScHoolboy Q dead? This just sounds completely like a 180-degree turn from what ScHoolboy Q used to do. A couple songs sound nice, they're not terrible, but overall, the entire album is disappointing. It sounds generic, and it doesn't work all that well. So my camera got full storage, so I had to delete stuff off of my phone to finish the review. All in all, this album is a C-. And with that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this album down below. Let me know what album I should review next. Subscribe, like, comment, share, do all that fantastic stuff. ScHoolboy Q, CrasH Talk. Until next time.